in this today's video, we are going to be practicing how this works with our HTML and JavaScript. So as you can see here, if we come here and type in something like this is my home, you see that it immediately changes. This welcome will pop up, and if we clean it, you see it cleans, while it shows like this. Enter your username. Then I type in my user name. It's FS Kara. As you can see, welcome. My username is FS Kara. This welcome is already there as default. So if I clean it, and you see this is the default name, and this is the default write-up that is there. So we are going to practice how to create this. So without further more ado, let us dive in. I already have, as you can see, I already have a folder here. A folder here called practice 2, and this folder I've already uploaded it in my code editor, which is VS Code I'm using. As you can see, Visual Studio Code. So this is what I have in there. There's nothing in here. It is only just blank name and nothing special about it. This is the name. There's nothing. So I'm going to create HTML file that is indexed. I click here. As you can see, this is how to do new file, index.html. I click enter, and I'm also going to create a file for our JS, that is script.js. I click enter. So I've created 2 files so far, and now I'm going to use the exclamation mark, that is exclamation mark. Click enter. So I'll type in here in our title JS practice. So come down here. I will link my JS script. I will link my JS script. Then I'll do script, enter. Then I'll come down. I'll do the socks, then enter. Then script. I'll click enter. I've linked my script by default, so the script I've been linked, that is this script here, I've been already linked to this thing. So now I have H1. And this H1 is enter according to the finished product. You say enter your username. So here it is, and I also do an input with an ID of, the input should be styled with ID of you can give it any name by default. So in this, I'm giving it username. So now I have everything linked. So as you can see, let me try to upload this. I'm using Lifesaver, so I'm going to upload this in my browser. So while it is uploading, let us go to our JX. As you can see, we know the meaning of const now, so I'm using const, and let me say input. Okay, it have opened in our Lifesaver. Now the our browser have opened. We have nothing in here except the H1 and the input. So here it is, enter your username. So now nothing is happening because we have not typed in our JS in here. So let us go back to our code editor. So now I have const. Let us give it input, and equals to, let us select. Now we are selecting the input and the H1, that is this ID. Now that is what we are selecting, this ID. So and the H1. So document dot query selector. Let me see, then the file is ID. So we are going to give it username. Then come down. Let's say okay. Let's select the H1 now. H1. Then we'll come and give it a name of a variable of H1. So I've given it an h1. So now it comes down here. I'm going to let's say input dot add event listing. I'm going to use event listener here. Then input dot add event listener, and then the single quote, and let's say what event list are we going to give it. Let's say we're giving it input because we're going to input something into it. We're giving the event listener of input, then comma, let's do arrow function, and we click enter. Then now we are going to make use of if statement. The if statement, I guess that is what will give us what we want. So if input, that is this input now, it has value, input dot, I guess, yes, the input now, this input now, as far as we can see in our browser, the input, anything that comes in, that is the value. So that is what we want to practice. Anything that comes in at that moment is the value. Let's say okay, input, let's go to our JS input dot value equals to empty string. Input of value equals to s2 string. Input of value equals to empty string. If input of value equals to s2 string, then h1 dot inner html equals to h1 dot inner html equals to let's say equals to, let us use the backtick sign, that is template rules. Enter your user name, else, let's use x in this statement, else h1 dot inner html equals to three template this name 0 welcome. Then let us use the dollar sign and the curly braces, welcome. The input, let's say input dot value. So what you are trying to do now is this. Okay, we selected these two documents, both of them that you need to write on it. After you have selected them, document dot select, and we give them variable name, which is input, and we select it through the id. Here we give the variable name, which is h1, we select it through h1. I will say input dot, now we are not giving it the sign that we want to do. Now we are inputting this with a function, with a arrow function sign, telling it that if input dot value, the value that we are entering, if it is empty, it should give us this enter your username. It should remain enter your username. Else, if we want to, if something is being typed into the input, it should show in the h1. Let the h1 show now that welcome and what you are typing in. So let us control save and go to our browser and at least refresh here. They'll come down, you type how you can see, how about my home, hope it's beautiful. So that is how it works, and there's nothing about it. You can still go back to the code again, watch. All those things are not difficult, enjoy that, and that is how it is. Thank you very much for watching. If you find this video useful, you can just click the subscription button, like, share, and comment. For those who want to learn how to code, you can as well watch towards it and at least find a meaningful video. Thank you very much, and may you remain blessed.